So how do I enjoy a change of level? You must deal with harvest contenders. Sir, there are powers that contend your harvest. There are powers that want you to remain on the same spot. That no matter the effort you put into life, no matter the struggle, stay on the same spot. There are people that have tried everything. They have tried to travel abroad. It's not working. They have tried to start a business. It's not working. They have tried to start an investment. It's not working. They have tried to have children. It's not working. Everything they do is not working because there are harvest contenders. There are forces that say, no matter how you labor, no matter how you struggle, no matter what you put into life, we will make sure your level is the same. We are here to address them. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 15. Paul was speaking to the Corinthian church. He said, I will very gladly spend and be spent for you. He said, the more abundantly I love you, the less I be loved. Paul said, there is something I notice about you people. I want to come to you. I want to support you. I want to assist you. In fact, I am ready to spend my life. He said, but there's something I notice about you group. The more I show you love, as I leave you, I experience hatred. Whenever I come to show you concern, as I leave you, I experience rejection. Whenever I come to show you appreciation, as I leave you, I experience depreciation. When things start going bad for me, I trace it and I discover it's because I came to you not once, not twice, not thrice. I give to you and I come back stranded. I give to you and I come back empty. I give to you and I come back rejected. In other words, Paul was saying, I would have come. He said, please forgive me for not coming. Because anytime I try to plant, something fights my harvest. Anytime I try to plant, something fights my investment. Do you know when you sow and not reap is a mockery to God? When you invest and not harvest is a mockery to God. That is why Galatians 6:7 said, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. You are supposed to reap when you sow. You are supposed to harvest when you invest. You are supposed to uproot when you plant. But there is a power that stands against your harvest. There's a power that stands against your lifting. There's a power that stands against your investment. So you are doing a business, nothing is coming. You are a young pretty lady, nobody's looking at you. You did all kinds of jewelries, ornaments. Nobody's looking at you. Am I communicating here? Because there is something, and you must understand that you must deal with it spiritually, not the physical adornment. The Bible says they put on clothes and they put on mascara on their eyes. No mascara. He said they put mascara on their eyes. It's in the Bible. He said they put mascara on their eyes. He said, but they are hated. They are despised. In other words, she dresses like that, hoping to be appreciated. He said, but hated. It's there. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. Bring up the Message translation. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. Message translation. Jeremiah 4 and verse 30. Now look at the screen so that you don't say I wrote it there. Look at the screen. 1, 2, go. And you, what do you think you are up to? Dressing up in party clothes, decking yourselves out in jewelry, putting on lipstick and rogue and what? And what? And what? Mascara. He said your pimping goes for nothing. You are not out to seduce anyone. They are out to kill you. You wear mascara thinking you'll be appreciated. Somebody hates you more. The more you try to be loved, the more you are hated because there is a power fighting your harvest. There's a power contending your harvest. There's a power that says no matter what you sow, you can't repeat. That devil is a bastard devil. Am I communicating now? Because God is about to show up for your sake. There are many of us who have come to that point, that breaking point. You know you are close to something big, something good. You are always close to almost. They almost signed the deal. They almost approved the contract. Somebody promises you and you're already spending the money in your head. Do you know the... Do you know that? I remember that thing happened to me. Lord Jesus. Someone promised to support. So I carried the money. I sowed as a seed. I put everything out there. Only for the person to tell. You see, There are lots of checks in my house that I don't cash. You give me a check, I will never cash it. I'll drop it somewhere. Not because I have so much, but because my heart has been so disconnected in trusting men after that experience. This person will call me, I'm in the bank. I will call you network, I'm in the bank. I said, no problem. He will call again the next day. Oh, sorry, I was in the bank. They called me that this happened to my company. So I came outside. I'm on my way to the bank. I'll call you. He had promised that God spoke to him to give some heavy money in dollars. Heavy money. Over $1 million. So in my head, I have finished that money. I've paid tithe in my head. I've dropped prophet's offering in my head. I've dropped kingdom investment in my head. I've dropped money for orphans and widows in my head. In my head, I've bought my wife something in my head. I wanted to embarrass her. I just walked to her and said, it's not you, take money. In my head. When the man was not dilly-dallying, I just avoided. From that day, if I'm praying for you, say, Apostle, if this thing come, I say, hey. Don't try that nonsense here. What? Don't. It's called a vow. A vow. Keep it in your heart. Don't confuse my mind here. Don't confuse my mind here. Let me pray for you. And why? Because not that the man, I don't know, not maybe he had a good intention, but men at their best are still men. Men at their best are still men. That is why he said, God is not a man for him to lie. Because men lie, consciously or unconsciously. Men fail, deliberately or unintentionally. Men disappoint, consciously or unconsciously. He says, Paul said, the more I try to love you, the more I see myself not love. There is a power fighting harvest. Are you aware? If harvest is to show up, many of you cannot be where you are. You can't be the same house where you are. People serve for 20 years. People serve for 35 years. And at the end, they have pension. There are many of you looking at me now. If your harvest is to manifest, you would have been a distributor at this point of your life. If your harvest is to manifest, you have been a supplier. If your harvest, there is something fighting your harvest. He said, labor, keep laboring. He comes back to square one. In the book of Haggai chapter 1, he said, you have gathered and it ends up in bag with holes. You gather money. Are you aware, sir? Are you aware? Are you aware? If you are to take note of every cash that has passed through your hand from January till now, it has been a lot. But you don't know what happened. As money comes, problem comes. As money comes, trouble comes. As money comes, challenge comes. As money comes, in fact, the money you are expecting now is to solve a problem that has already... Yes, because there is something until you become angry to know that this should no more be a pattern of life. This should no more be a struggle. Last 2 years, you struggle to pay rent. Last year, you struggle to pay. Must it continue that you keep struggling to survive, struggling to live? Because there's a power fighting your harvest so that you can stay on the same spot. You can stay on the same level. You can be in the same realm. Everybody hearing me today, every power fighting your harvest, power standing to mock God's grace on you, will be frustrated today. Be seated, be seated, be seated. Be seated. Be seated. Power fighting your harvest. The power contending your harvest. Power contending. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 15. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 15. It says, there was found in it a poor wise man. By his wisdom, he delivered the city. Yet no man, no man, by his wisdom, he delivered the city. By his wisdom, a city was delivered by one man's wisdom. A whole city delivered by one man's wisdom. But at the end of the day, no man in a full city. You don't understand what I'm talking about. A city was going into damnation. A city was going into expiration. A city was about to be wasted. One poor man gave a counsel. When the city got elevated, not one person remembered him. Today there is a God in heaven. I know. You made some mistakes. I know. There are altars in the family. I know. There are forces fighting your background. I know. But sir, no matter how many things wrong, there must be something you have done right. And no matter how many things wrong, there must be something you have done right. There was a time you prayed now. There was a time you fasted. There was a time you loved the Lord. There was a time you opened up to God. Akobarate, Ikasa. God will show up and will speak for you where prayers failed. God will show up and speak for you. Where fasting failed, where everything failed, God will show up for you.